I'm going to be installing this underground water cistern today. You can see I've got this yellow line coming out. That's a 1-inch gas line. And then I've got some 3/4 inch PEX. So the 3/4 inch PEX is going to fit inside the 1-inch gas line. I got to drill out and install a couple bulkheads, one for the inlet for the water to go into the house, and then one overflow. So I'll have a 3/4 inch coming out of the bottom, and then a 3-inch coming out of the top for the overflow. All right, so the plan here is we'll drill this hole, get this bulkhead fitting in there. So that'll go through from the other side, and this will be sticking out. I've got a 3/4 inch threaded to 2 3/4 inch PEX. So that'll go from here. We're gonna cut this 1-inch line, feed through the 3/4 inch PEX, and then we'll have another 3/4 inch PEX coming out the other way that we'll use this plug and plug the end of it. The reason for that is if we ever want to expand the system, add another cistern or something like that, we can just go ahead and cut this PEX and attach on another cistern. So moving on to the inside of the building. So this PEX line will feed through. This is just a little scrap piece. It'll feed through and come out of this 1-inch line. And then we'll have a ball valve that we will put on. And that way we can shut the water off and use this for temporary water during construction. So down below there is where the water is going to come into the building. And then I also need to have an overflow. So I'm going to put that just right over here. So I'll get that marked off and then drill that out. All right, so I've got this, you can kind of see 3-inch poly bulkhead fitting. I think the brand is Banjo. So the way I'm going to do it is I've already climbed inside, double checked on the other side of this to make sure I'm not going to drill into anything. So I'm going to lay this out where I want it, and then I'm going to go ahead and just mark the center with the Sharpie, and that'll be where I put the center drill bit for the hole saw. So I've got this new hole saw that I just bought. It's a 4.5 inch. I had a 4 1/4, but it wasn't gonna work over the threads, so I had to go buy the bigger one. So I'm just gonna line up this center drill bit with the mark I made, and try and take it nice and easy and drill that hole through. So I went up and cleaned around, got all the burrs off just with the utility knife. This bulkhead, it's got this washer on the back. So this end will go in first. Kind of reach through, pull it through, and then this piece goes on. You got to make sure the lettering says Titan is facing out, and it's reverse threaded. So just spin it to the left. So I don't have channel locks big enough to fit around this, but I will tighten it up when I go to attach whatever I end up doing for the overflow. So this is just kind of hand tight on there right now. You don't want to tighten these too much though. That rubber gasket on the back side can twist, but we'll get it snugged up later. One more thing I might do is on the back side, the inside of this is threaded on this side as well as the back side. So I might attach something to extend it out and then put like a 90-degree fitting facing up. That way we can raise the water level. Right now, the bottom of this will be the top of the water level in the tank. So you're kind of losing out on this much of the tank. It's a 1,700 gallon tank. So I'm sure that's probably, I don't know, a couple hundred gallons or something. But if we had a pipe going in facing up, maybe one that we can twist, then we can control the top of the water level. So I just got the overflow bulkhead put on. Now I need to put the water inlet for the house. Be pretty much the same process. Figure out where we want to set it, how high, Obviously the lower, the more water will drain out. I'll have to take a look in there, make sure I'm not going to hit anything, but I think probably be somewhere around there. So before I drill that, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this 1-inch line, and then I'm going to feed through the 3-inch or 3/4 inch PEX. I just want to make sure this is going to fit in a nice area before I drill the hole. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, cut this, and then feed the PEX through. Hopefully this isn't too hard to get through there. I don't have any lube or anything, but hopefully I made a nice sweeping curve and it's not that hard to get in there, but we'll give it a try. So I think I just hit the tape on the other side of the 1-inch line, so I'll go pull that off and push the rest through. So there it is, we got the 3/4 inch PEX coming out of that 1-inch gas line, just using it as a sleeve. That'll help protect it, and if I ever need to replace the 3/4 inch PEX, it'll be easy to just pull it out and slide a new one in. So this should give you a better idea of what we're going for. Once this is through there, that'll be sticking out like that. We'll cut this PEX. One end will attach here and one end will continue on, and then have the plug on the end, and that's only there for if we ever want to expand or extend it somewhere else. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and put this bulkhead in, and then we can start cutting and crimping this PEX. So just as a little example of what I got going here, this is the T with the two 3/4 inch PEX and then 3/4 threaded male, and that'll go into the bulkhead. This line here is going in through the 1-inch gas line, which is this line, and it'll go to a ball valve over on that side. And then continuing on this side, just got a plug, and that'll go on. And then all these will get crimped with this special PEX crimping tool. But this is just a little example of what we got going. So same thing as the overflow. I went and checked inside, made sure everything was good to go. Just got this little piece here, and then I'll mark the center. There we go. We'll drill that out and then install this one. So for this bulkhead, we're going to be using 1 3/8 inch. So I'll switch this over to this hole saw, and then we'll get that hole drilled. So same thing on this one. It's got this little rubber gasket washer. This end's going to come in from the inside, coming out. So I'll go ahead and put that in, and then on the outside it's got a little plastic washer and then thread piece to go on. So I just got that piece pushed in. Like I said, it's got this plastic washer that goes on first, and then same thing. It says tighten to the left. Make sure that's facing out. And then I'll go ahead and use some channel locks to tighten that up. So I was having trouble tightening it, so I just kind of put this T in there just to kind of, since it's reverse threaded, tightening this will be the same as putting that on. Alright, so I'm inside the tank right now. It's kind of a view of what it looks like in here. We've got the little cordless vacuum. I'm going to vacuum out all the little plastic shavings from drilling the holes, and then just inspecting the little gasket, make sure it's not twisted or anything. Kind of see what they look like from the inside. So I'll go ahead and put this T on there. But first I got to wrap the threads with some Teflon tape, and then when I put it on, I'll tighten it up. And the more I tighten this up, with this being reverse threaded, it'll actually help tighten the bulkhead as well. So I'll thread this on there. Get one more turn out of it. There we go. That should do it. We'll cut this PEX, get that all crimped on, finish the other side, and then put the ball valve on. So I've got it just kind of in place. I haven't crimped down on those rings yet, so I can still take it apart and move it. Put just a long piece on there. I was originally planning on just doing a short piece, and then I stuck that piece on, and I kind of like how it curves up. So I'm thinking I might put the plug in this end and then maybe tape it to the side of the tank. Make it easier to find if I need to find it again. So I'm gonna go ahead and crimp them. There's two. This is for 1/2 inch, this is for 3/4. So we're doing 3/4. So we'll open it up, put the crimp rings in there, and then go all the way closed until it snaps. Let's hope it fits with the bulkhead being in the way. Alright, so as you can see, this tool did not work with this 1/2 inch crimper being in the way. I couldn't fit the tool in there to crimp them. So I ran down to the hardware store expecting to have to buy a different tool or something, but luckily they had one that they let you use for free. So I've got the rental one. Let's see, hopefully this one fits. There we go, that worked. Perfect. And I've got this tool just to make sure. I should be able to spin it all the way around, and that's how you know it's crimped down enough. So I've just checked them, they should be good to go. So moving on into the building, I did leave quite a bit of PEX sticking out of here. That just gives me some options in the future. I can cut it back wherever once I'm building the mechanical room. Until then, I'll have this ball valve on there, and I can use this while I'm building for construction water. So I'll put the crimp ring on, and slide that ball valve on, and I'll get that crimped, and we should be ready to go. It's like the other ones, got it in there. I'm going to center the ring kind of in the center of the female or the male end of the ball valve, and then crimp all the way down until it snaps, and it should be watertight. Alright, so I'm all done with the plumbing section of it. You can see I put that cap on there, crimped that on, and then I've just got some tape kind of holding it up out of the way. Was able to get all that crimped on. Thankfully Ace had the right tool. Moving on inside, you can see I've got that ball valve ready to go. It's shut off. It's all crimped on. Hopefully I'm going to have a truck deliver some water here in the next few days, fill the whole 1,700 gallon tank, leave it for a while so I can check for leaks, and then if it's all good to go, then I'll be good to backfill. So I didn't go over it at the beginning of the video, but I just wanted to kind of let you know how I chose the elevation, and kind of how I set all this up. So the elevation, that yellow line goes straight up on top of the third course of tires, so between the third and fourth course. And then I needed to slope all the way into the building so that gravity drains into the building. And then this is just above that, so it's sloping towards the building the entire way. I was able to compact all the dirt, make a nice level site for it. You can see I also have it sloped a little bit towards the drain. That just will help get most of the water out, and then it's level to itself the other way. So hopefully when that water tank fills this thing up, there won't be any leaks and we'll be good to go. It'll probably sit like this for a while. Eventually I'll put a riser on one of these ends. So because it'll be covered in dirt, you'll need a riser, maybe 18 or 24 inches. I'll wait and see kind of where the roof line comes into it. I also need to hook up the overflow. Again, not sure how I'm going to be doing that yet. I know I eventually want it to run probably underground over to that section of the property over there. So we'll see. I also wanted to add on the inside that pipe coming in with like an adjustable 90. That way we can raise the water level higher than this. So yeah, that'll be future videos. I'm not sure when I'll get to that.